Good morning, Valpo, and thank you so much for joining us. I am Kyle Brown. There is a new political battle in the aftermath of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia's death. The 79-year-old was a consistently conservative voice in his 3 decades of service, but Democratic President Barack Obama wants to name his replacement. Although the White House says he will not rush, many Republicans, however, are infuriated as he plans to submit a nominee at all, saying it's not the place of the outgoing commander-in-chief. Andrew Spencer reports.
In the wake of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia's sudden death over the weekend, the top-ranking Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee blasted any notion of delaying a vote on the next nominee until after the presidential election.
It would be a sheer dereliction of duty for the Senate not to have a hearing, not to have a vote.
Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wants a nomination to be put on hold, saying, quote, "The American people should have a voice in the selection." At the heart of the dispute, some Republicans claim there's an informal history of not voting on judicial nominees in the months preceding an election. Here's Republican White House hopeful Marco Rubio.
That the next president should have a chance to fill that void, not someone who's never going to answer to the electorate again.
But for Senator Leahy and other Democrats, the GOP is confusing the facts, reminding them that Ronald Reagan's nominee, Justice Anthony Kennedy, was confirmed by the Senate in February 1988.
President Obama is doing the same thing that President Reagan did at the end of his term.
Scalia's vacancy will be felt as the Supreme Court justices are expected to take on several hot-button issues, including the contraceptive mandate, abortion, and Obama's actions on immigration. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
How does this sound for the college budget? Drivers in Toledo, Ohio got quite the surprise on Sunday morning. 2 gas stations got into a bit of a price war, and that meant drivers were paying up for just pennies a gallon. Danielle Dwyer explains.
I got 22 cents in and I got 13 gallons so far. I can't complain.
This morning there was a gas war going on at Hagman and Alexis Road. One that started off accidentally but left several drivers happy.
I've never seen anything like this. It was wonderful.
It started at 2:30 this morning. Gas prices at the Pilot Travel Center on Hagman stood at just 49 cents. And by 4 a.m. they dropped to just 19 cents. Now the pilot clerk told WTOL the dropping prices were the cause of a computer malfunction, a glitch that prompted the Circle K across the street to get in on the action. They dropped their prices too, to just 17 cents, and someone even had a receipt reading out at a penny per gallon. But unlike Pilot, when we called Circle K, the clerk said it wasn't a malfunction. They adjusted their prices to compete, leaving customers in disbelief.
I just filled my whole gas tank from dead empty for 26 cents. So, yeah, I told her to put 10 on it. She said, "Oh, gave me $5. Now I gotta go get my change." That's too funny.
And of course, sharing it with their friends on social media.
I already took a video. It's already on Facebook. So yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know how long it'll last, but hopefully long enough for people to fill up their gas tanks for cheap.
The price drop lasted for at least 3 hours, and if you drive by now, you'll see they're back up to $1.51.
Now, campus is also abuzz with a warm-up on the way. Lynette, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, Kyle, what I can tell you, it definitely does feel a lot warmer out there. As I walked to the station this morning, that 30 degrees that we're seeing right now felt so nice compared to where we were seeing earlier this week. Around the region, temperatures are in the mid-20s up into right around the low 30s. So a pretty generous spread with those temperatures right now. But I want you to take a look at this. Here in Northwest Indiana, many of us are about 5 to 7 degrees warmer right now than where we were yesterday at this time. So that warmth is definitely something I know I'm enjoying, and I hope many of you around campus are enjoying it as well. We do have some snow off to our west in Illinois. We are watching this. We could get a few flurries out of this later this afternoon, but it will be very slow to come through. Here's 4 o'clock this afternoon, and we see that line of snow. And as we go further into the evening, right about 9:15 is where we paint that line of snow, and this is going to be very light, just a few snow flurries, but that all mostly clears out by tomorrow morning, and we'll just be left with a few clouds here or there tomorrow afternoon. For the rest of your day, though, let's start with noon. We get to 31 degrees. 3 o'clock today, we jump up to 32, and that should be our high for today. And by the time we get to 6 o'clock tonight, temperatures drop below 30 degrees, and that's when we could have our chance of flurries. Winds will be very light today, so a very nice February day on tap today.